Hello and welcome back to another video on WAME 11. Today we're going to be comparing a real AirPods case to a fake AirPods case and seeing how to tell if they're fake, and also seeing before you buy them how to tell if they're fake. So let's get this video started. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is the real AirPods, which are on the right side. Now, if I open it up, it's got a nice snap and it doesn't easily come down. If I do this, I do a test where I push, pull, that is not coming apart. That is quite strong, this bit over here. Also, the button makes 0 to little sound. I'm going to put it up to the microphone. You can barely hear it, and it says designed in Apple in California and assembled in China. There is text there, and there's only one AirPod in this one because we have lost the other one. And for the fake AirPods, as you can see, really opens quite easily. The light is the totally wrong colour. It's a bit too turquoise than green. There are these things on the sides, which, as we can see from the inside, lead to absolutely nothing. And the look at the bend test. I can easily bend that. I'm not going to break it until the end of the video, but you can easily break that. It does have a text, but if we compare this text to this text, they are totally different. Okay, let's start by having a look at the real AirPod. So I'm going to put this out of the way for now, and we're going to look at the real AirPod. So this is the AirPod. As you can see, there is a visible line on it right there. Now, this line you can see across it is normally quite prominent under light, and it's also quite prominent on normal AirPods. There's also the smallest amount of text over there, which most people can't see. So this line, like I just said, should be prominent on AirPods to show that they are real. As you can see, it's not a thin base here, it's a thick base. I put it back in, and it also will have a text saying what size it is. It will have a speaker and microphone, and it shouldn't be opened by hands, as I can try. I'm trying quite hard. I'm quite strong, but still, this one won't work. So, but it does fit in the case perfectly. There are no gaps at all there. Well, there's a tiny gap, but it's not compared to this case, which I'll show in a minute. And if I get one of my screws out and I just have a look in the charging port, I can see that it is USB-C because I can feel it. And also, there are no visible screws on the outside. For example, just quickly, if I compare charging ports, have a look on the fake AirPods, and then have a look on the real one's charging port. Like, there's a huge difference. You can see there's a white line here and no white line here. So this is a proper Apple Lightning port. Button, no sound. If I get a suction cup, you can actually see how strong. Oh wait, this might not work. No, it's not going to work with a suction cup. It doesn't matter though. If I try and get a tool like this, and I try and open it from there, it's quite easy to do. And if I use a really strong tool, for example, this screwdriver, and I push it back really hard, it has a lot of resistance. I'm not pulling that back unless I really try to pull that back as hard as I can, which I'm not going to do, but we'll try with the fake ones. All right, that's the real ones. So we're going to move the real ones off, and we're going to try now with the fake ones. So as I've showed you before, this is the USB-C. 3 speakers on the bottom compared to none on these AirPods, which is interesting because these AirPods are a different generation, but they're pretty much the exact same. As you can see, there are 2 holes here, which I'm not sure which are real, which are actually in the real AirPods. However, if I think they might be speakers. I can easily, using these tools, pry this up, and I don't think it will affect the AirPods at all. Also, I'm just going to test scratch. This scratches very easily compared to a real AirPods. Do not scratch at all, as you can see, compared to a huge scratch on these. Like, for example, I dropped them earlier, and as you can see on the back, there's loads of micro scratches all around. But continuing on this is very easy to get in, and I really don't think there is anything on top. Another way to tell the difference while you've got them is normally these top bits will slide on the fake ones, but on the real ones they'll stay exactly how they are. So I'm trying to pry this open. I'm going to use the tweezers just to get maybe a bit more in. It doesn't look like I'm going to get that much from this because I think it's just wool behind, which is very interesting and shows how fake these AirPods are. So let's compare a real AirPod to a fake AirPod case. Snap. That feels lighter. That feels better. I'm going to take out the real AirPod and the fake AirPod, and we're going to compare. Firstly, as you can see, this is totally different. There is no actual speaker there. There's no speaker there. The microphone is missing from a fake AirPod, and there's no actual speaker there. I think that's just a picture. This is interesting, but there is a real speaker here. They both have text, but totally different text. This says, the fake one says Apple China, and this one says Apple China, but it's totally different font, and it's smaller and bigger, as you can see. Let's focus on this one. And let's focus on this one. Big difference. Also, the heaviness. This one's definitely, the real one's definitely heavier, I can tell. And also, people think that in the fake cases, they put weights because of how light the technology is. As you can see on the earbud here, this one has text. Does this one have text? Let's have a look. This one, no text. So that's another way to tell. No text at all compared to the tiny little M on that one. So you can tell by the different shapes, they're totally different, and by the different colours. And also on the fake, it does look like I will easily be able to open it, which I am going to try to do in a minute. But one more thing is this bit on the bottom, these things. As you can see, this one, actually when I touch it, you can't really see it. But when I touch it, it feels smooth. But on this, it just feels sticky. Just like sticky keys, because it's not doing anything. It's just fake and it's just there. I am now going to try and open this. Just want to make sure that this is the real one, which I can tell it is because of that bit right there. So I'm going to put that back in the real case. But before I do that, I'm going to take both of these real AirPods and see if they fit inside the fake case. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry. I'm going to take both of these real AirPods, the fake AirPods, and put them in the real case. That's very interesting. They do slightly fit, which is... No, did I do that? Yes, I did that in the wrong place. No, I didn't. So this is the fake case. This is the fake case with the right AirPods. As you can see, there's a gap. If I take these out, and I put the real AirPod in it, that's very interesting. The real AirPod in the real AirPod case works. If I put the real AirPod in here, it also works. Because I can tell that these fake companies do a really good job at doing this. But as you can see, when I put this in, there's no real noise. When I put this in, listen, there's a magnetic click. So I'm going to put this real one in the real case. And I'm going to start opening up the one which looks the most priable, which is this one. So I'm going to put this one back. And let's try and open it with our hands. That was very quick. And I think it's broken. That was very quick. Oh my gosh, that was quick. So, I open this one up, and it's instantly foam, which presumes to me that this is definitely fake, and I haven't been swindled by opening a real AirPod. Weights, as you can see, that is a weight. And this is crazy that I managed to undo it with just my hands. Yeah, have a look. It's quite a strong magnet, which I can show you like this. Quite a strong magnet, but this is just for weight. It's not that heavy, but it will add the necessary weight. So have a look at this. It is so obviously fake. Apple would never do this. On the inside, there are numbers, random numbers, which you might not be able to see, but Apple are never going to put that in any of their products. The battery, the battery is yellow, which I've seen in most Apple products to mean, in most fake products. This means that it's fake. If you, Apple, I do not think have, I actually might try. No, I cannot do that with my fingers, and I'm not going to do the pain of trying to open a real one. But I don't think real AirPods have this yellow thing. The foam is also not in real ones, and I could easily break this off. I don't really want to, but I am going to do it anyway, and I'm going to try and see what is in here. So I'm going to break it off in 3, 2, 1. That was far too easy. So this is the battery. I don't want to stab it just in case it's lithium, but I've disconnected it now. Doesn't look, it's not overheating, so I don't need to worry or anything. I open it up. Let's have a look. Doesn't look. It just looks like a battery, to be honest. Nothing big. This is just a piece of foam, which definitely just a piece of foam. This is the battery, which I'm going to put in my parts box, far away from a magnet. And now we've got these wires, which I presume all connect to a battery. So, if I pull them, these are actually the only secure thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tweezers, and I'm going to quickly have an inspect of... Oh, wow. Look at that. That really did not take that long. I can easily pry that open. And you have a circuit board with... That's not another way. That is the speaker. This just shows how fake these are, because Apple will never have a speaker like that in an AirPod. I'm just going to show a picture on screen right now of what a real inside of an Apple AirPod looks like. Maybe the batteries are yellow, I can't remember, but they are nothing like this. So this is the circuit board. It's definitely been done well, but you can clearly see the Chinese there, and that is not an Apple logo. If I try and really closely go in, that is not an Apple logo. Apple will have the circuit parts labelled, as people have seen. I'm going to disconnect these, and these have also been soldered quite badly. You're not going to see that on Apple products. Have a look at that bad soldering right there. So I'm going to take this off, which is increasingly hard. I think these wires are very well connected, but I have taken these off, as you can see. Put that over there, which is just the skin of the wire. So I think these wires are quite well connected. I've taken some of it off, but I'm not going to try it anymore. I am, however, going to try and bend this with my fingers. It's just a circuit board, so it shouldn't be too hard. Oh, wow, that's just fallen off. I literally applied no pressure at all. And, wow, that's a circuit board done. Yeah, it does look like a real circuit board, but it's all pried open now. This AirPod is not working again. This is the base of the earphone, and it's also the noise. So I'm just going to take off this, and oh wow, as you can see, that is not how an AirPod usually looks, which is really funny. So I'll show a picture of an AirPod without an earbud on the screen now. It does not look like that. I'm going to try and open up it over here, but I think that's going to be quite hard. If I get this, try and just... That's not going to work. It is scratching as well, but that doesn't really make a difference. Let me try and open this up. There you go. Wow, it's literally just a piece of plastic, and then this is the base, a matte speaker. So really, these AirPods have these fakes, and it's got numbers on the inside. These fakes are not good replicas. The light's off, and most things in this AirPods are wrong. I am going to quickly try and pry open the other one, just to have a check. 3, 2, 1. Oh, this one's a bit stronger. Just checking I haven't got the real one. 3, 2, 1. No? Okay, let me take that off. Oh, this one is harder to pry open. So maybe in a certain ear they have stuff which they don't want to let normal people see. But it's, look at that. I can easily scratch it with just some light tweezers. Maybe if I try and smash it. Oh, that was very easy. Smashed open. Pretty similar, I think, on the inside. Foam. Another of those magnets, which I'm just going to take out. Just quickly. And it's stuck to the thing. I'm going to put this in. They bind together instantly, which shows they're magnetic as well. Pull apart this. It's exactly the same mechanism as I can see right there. Just going to take it out. It's the same battery, same text, same text on, just says DT. Rip that off, as you can see. And I presume it's going to be exactly the same on the bottom. How I'm going to do this, I'm going to get another screwdriver, like you can see, and just push. That was very easy. Oh, it's a blue circuit board, and it still has Chinese on. And Apple normally have their circuit boards the same on both AirPods, so it's definitely fake. We have passed that now. So, now I'm going to be having a look at inside, trying to get inside the fake AirPods case. Let's have a look at that. So, we can move all of these parts, which I think are quite identical, apart from the colour of the circuit board. I'm going to move all these parts over here. As you can see on this, it's literally just plastic inside and a tiny thing for charging. I am going to, before I do try and open up this case, I'm just going to quickly show you the battery parts of this case. Look how obvious they are compared to the ones on the real AirPods, which is so less obvious. Have a look at that. It's a crazy comparison. It just shows how much attention to detail Apple puts in. So I am going to snap this in 3, 2, 1. That was far too easy. As you can see, it's on like a joint thing, like here. It's really not hard to open. I could easily break this up, but I presume there's not going to be anything in this because it's light and it just feels normal. It does scratch on the inside, as you can see, and on the outside. I'm going to use a different screw because that one is to open up phones, and we're not opening up phones. Yeah, it's really easily scratches. That's crazy, but that's not why we're here. We're trying to open up this. And I think my first method would be to use maybe like this tool and try and open through the power source. But I don't think that's going to work, so I'm going to try it again with this material. No, I don't think that's going to work with the iPhone opener. So there are 2 options for this. Number 1, I try and squeeze through here. Number 2, I try and go through here. But the extra options, I just try and smash it as hard as I can. I'm going to smash it off camera. Here we go. And I don't think that's doing any damage. Yeah, no damage at all. I'm trying to pry it open with my hands. No, at all. But I can, I think, charge these AirPods if they were still on with the case. As you can see, the light is on. Does still fit in there perfectly. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and get in over here, which doesn't look too hard, but this might take me a while. So let's have a look. Also, just quickly, have a look at this power bank, its power source. How easy I can just break it. That is crazy. Like, a normal power source will never, ever break that easily, because that is ridiculous. Like, I can literally just twist it with my tweezers, and that's a dirty power bank. Let's just say I'm not using these again. Even though the LED is still on, let's try and open this up. I think it's going to be very hard. It's quite annoying, but let's... Alright, I'm back and I've successfully taken it off. More numbers of the inside of a fake. You can tell how fake that is. Like, it's not that type of plastic in this one. The LED is actually still on, as you can just see from there. If I get it in the right lighting, LED is still on. But this is the weight. And it's a magnetic weight. For example, if I just literally, can you see that? It's magnetic. That is a heavy weight. I'm not going to weigh it, but it's at least like 300 times heavier than this. This is so light. This is an actual proper weight. I'd say this weighs about 100 grams. I don't know what metal it is. It's quite a strong one. Let's see if it scratches. Definitely scratches. So it's not like a precious metal. But, oh yeah, in the light you can really see the scratch. But it's just a weight. And that's pretty crazy. How, let's see, yeah, you can see it's magnetic. If I just go searching around for magnetic parts, it'll all pick them up. And that just shows that this is very, they put weights inside to show how, to make it sure that it's heavy. There's another one there, so I'm going to try and get in. This is the circuit board. It's red this time. No, I can't see any really visible signs of it not being apples. Trying to look for things that will give it away. Definitely that fake Apple logo right there gives it away. Or is that not a fake Apple logo? I'm not sure. But you can see the charging port which I messed up. Take that off. Okay, and put that in this box. It is a USB-C, but I think it's an odd type of USB-C. I'm going to take this off, and it's a brighter flashlight than before. I'm going to turn my light on. And, oh wow, it's actually quite big. I think it might be an LED, I'm not sure. Changes colour. Now, I'm just going to have a look. This is the button on the back, which makes a noise. And if I were to turn it off, you can clearly see the colour. Look at it. It's basically, that is half turquoise over there. Look at that. This is definitely a fake. I know it's quite obvious by now. Same batteries. I'm going to look up DT batteries after because they look like they're missed quite a lot. I'm going to start to open this up, but I don't want to break it straight away. So I'm just going to take the LED strip off, or light off, I'm not sure what it is. And finally, the LED has turned off. If I take all the foam off, it does look like a very small LED. Quite powerful though. We can't see any, yeah, it does say LED 1, LED 2, LED 3. No signs it's not Apple, but as we know it's a fake. I'm going to put that part in the bin. So I'm going to get out that number thing in a sec, but this circuit board, it's quite moulded in. So if I pull it apart, I can't seem to, I'm close to, but I can't. Try to pull it up with a screwdriver, so I'm going to have that one half out, and then this one half out, still no. So if I try, put my tweezer in like that, and put it like that, sorry, screwdriver. This is quite hard, to be honest, to do, but I've nearly got it. There you go. So I don't think this will turn on now, but that was quite obvious. Have a look at this. This is more weights over there, as you can see, all their magnets, but we can test that. They could be weights or magnets, because they are magnetic, and they do make the thing heavier. I'm just going to show you how this would look without all the tech. So you're putting this on there, and then you're putting that one on top. And from an outside point of view, does look like a real AirPods case, to be honest, without it all being broken up. I'm going to just quickly have a look at the button, which is in this kind of formation, which I've never actually seen before in a product. So I'm just going to pry that, and the button's out, as you can see. So the button's done. We've got the whole case, and now onto the circuitry. Now we have the old weight, which I've already scratched, and an even heavier weight. This is like 3 times the other one. This is crazy. That is ridiculously heavy. I only hope that's not the battery and I'm not stabbing it, but I don't think it is. It's ridiculously heavy. It's such a heavy weight because all the things inside here really aren't that heavy. But this is heavy circuits and stuff like that. But this is an actual weight, which is crazy. It's also being like double-sided sellotaped on, which is interesting. And let's see if it scratches. Definitely scratches. I think this has been used before because it never. Because when I've only done that scratch. Look at all these other micro scratches. So I think this is it could have been like a second hand weight. But well, this is interesting. These two aren't magnetic with each other, but they I think are both magnetic. Yeah, this is magnetic, and then we've already tested this is magnetic. So I'm not sure why that would be, but These are our two magnets, so I'm going to put them in our magnets pile over there. And now we've got the circuit board and the battery. You can see the battery is a bit bigger than the actual AirPod battery. I say 3 times as big as the AirPod battery. But it is made by DT. And I'm quite interested by it because it looks like they make all these batteries. I do not want to blow this thing up. But if I have a look, it just looks like a normal battery. I don't think it's anything special. It is powered by USB-C, which you can see there. Now, I could break the circuit board open, but it is quite interesting. Just having a look. That's okay soldering, but nothing like Apple would do. There's also so much unnecessary text on this circuit board. For example, having this all crowded. Apple would never do that. Going to have another look at this. USB-C. Yes, definitely. It's very easy to... So yeah, the USB-C is easily broken. This is the battery, and I'm just going to try and just snap it, which I can definitely do. 3, 2, 1. That was far too easy. So I've disconnected the battery now. I think these batteries are like very... I don't want to stab this battery just in case, because I've seen what happens to lithium, just in case it's lithium. I'm just going to try and take off all the tape, which I've just had from DT. I really think DT is a brand which makes fake AirPod batteries, but I will look it up afterwards. Battery is encased in like this really strong foil. This is another circuit board. It looks normal. So that is the battery. I am going to just quickly throw these batteries away just in case I don't want them to explode. I'm going to put them in the bin. And now we've got a circuit board. And as you can see, there's this blue stripe there, but I think that's pretty normal. The USB-C, yes. But some soldering on the back is not good. This is very bad soldering. So this is obviously being done by hand. That soldering is not good. It should be flat like this or like this. But it's really stuck up here. You might not be able to see it on camera. But I'm just going to try and go into micro mode on this camera. Look how high that is. It's pretty crazy. Now it's time to break this open, which is pretty hard because all these spikes are on it, but not hard enough. Open it up. Does not look that bad. This does just peel off the red bit though, but I don't think that really matters. It's definitely a real circuit board, but I don't think it's doing much as their fake AirPods. Yeah, have a look at this. There's nothing which I could see which is different to the last other circuits. So, yes, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button and also like the video so we can share these videos to more people. This was comparing real versus versus fake AirPods. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.